喂，又hit， 繼續玩呢個當選學嘅。
Nobody betrays your degenerate.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
咩都唔好講，我測佢嘅肺頭。咁我測佢。
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
你話我嘅身體暴露咗我嘅低劣係咩意思？
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
阿爾古係咩嚟？
Yes, Al-Ghul.
但係阿爾古係咩嚟先？
Al-Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
你講走啊？
Correct, my small skull servant.
係咪真係咁難聞啊？
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
你講啱，我係阿爾古嘅腦殼，但係我需要入港口。
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Show him the ham still got it.
其實我覺得火去三文治種族係有機會嘅。
Willingly calling yourself a ham sandwich, how far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
我哋需要你喺 Win 上延大概20公分啊。
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
將佢推開咧，好似唔得。
That is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
所以測試
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
但係佢咁大隻都
This
推
is
唔
your
到佢啦。
chance. He's talking. Rip into him
衝
with
上
a
去
punch and
狠
catch
狠
him
俾
off
佢一
guard.
拳，打佢個措手不及。
No. Don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
你俾工會做嘢係咪白人啊？
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
講係咁講啫，但係你依然服侍緊佢，點消化呢一啲？
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure.
我唔
It
係
is
開，
lax
我唔係
and
開為
chronic.
主義者。
Of course you are, Levasholian man. The failure of communism to challenge the world order is the core of your race fate. All around you, the fruits of its defeat. And above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture?
青年
Rock and roll music?
青年文化對我冇
Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel. A pawn of international finance, just like the rest of your ham-colored race. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
咁我想問塞里尼人係咩嚟？
The South Island race, Haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
所以你喺島上出世長大，然之後你睡下燒。
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
你真係島上面嚟㗎。
No, I have heard about it on the radio.
你收音機入邊係
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
所以你唔係真正嘅塞美利亞人。
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today.
同意
You
佢
have extinction to come to terms with.
將佢
And
打低咧，將佢打低，
never getting into the harbor.
將佢打低比較難啲喎。呢、個就有機會好啲。標新達義呢、個
Go ahead.
Oh,
Don't be
somebody.
shy. Just ask for race secrets.
咁交我朋友先咯。
Do not be naive. I know the answer to the great race enigma.
呢
Why
個
would
建
I
議係
share
反對
it with a deformed infant? You do not have the devotion for servitude.
問下阿 Kim 點睇先？
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
你哋知道跟住嚟，我哋仲會遇上族之井。
There always is.
This is reality.
你身上紋身係咩意思啊？
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection.
對，對咗10零
I
分
have
鐘。
taken the
其實
trouble to permanently draw
我發覺
a
佢哋
phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
你確定我係顱骨測量學上冇近勝你一籌？
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
仲有靚
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Hul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude
加5經
you
驗值。
are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
有意思，所以話我先做有一個蘇利拉菲人，仲有威斯鞋。
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the
你
same
知好
as
複
all
雜喎，呢一個
Rivisholians.
都
Your parents and their parents
呢個對話真係
made
極
the
複雜。
decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Hul. That is the only reason you are here.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
咁就先好，我覺得強身結合骨，我可能得，因為咧佢咁大份，我哋都即係以佢咁大份嘅性格，一定打唔贏，我打唔贏個咁大份嘅。 我哋就翻去先，之後再傾。呢一邊我哋講咗，唔知爭啲咩未講，爭啲咩人我哋未通對話。 C 係有啲咩工具？右手
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all
哇！呢
it
個
does
低，
now.
呢個難度高啲喎，試下先。
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more
yeah,
instant
it's a
and
bio.
more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
之後走開。哇！嘔出嚟先，嘔出嚟，就會舒服啲。
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out. Burst until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
天
It's
啊！
okay. Happens to everyone.
多
Keep
謝你
it.
先，
The hangover is clearly making
勁
things
壯
worse
嘅
for
手
you.
下。
You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
你覺得阿莫尼亞有用咩？
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
你唔使咩？
I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
好啦，去邊度揾呢一個咧？
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any,
檢查
there
受
might
害
be
人
some
嘅
in the
屍
fleet
體，
store nearby.
呢個都係任務之一嚟。
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
剪佢啊！道具
There is still.
但係點解唔索性剪呢個屍體落嚟？
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
你用詞咁奇怪嘅笑話。
I come from the woods, good Davido. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing here! Get the fuck out of here!
唔好再折磨
I'll
佢。
die before I squeal, pig.
你過嚟。
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
見到佢頂帽度
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
細路仔同我講
Murder was...
得
I'll
喎
die
都係
before... Stay away!
會用道具嘅咧？好似咩道具都唔係，係揾園丁嗰個係咯。揾係咪要揾園丁嘅？
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
你有冇湊熱啊？我諗我可能攞獎。
Sure, I'm done with them.
任務更新咗，
Go easy on that stuff. It gets
你先。只要抑壓住嗰啲嘔嘅衝動，就係靠緊佢 OK。我哋有鹽噶嘛，係咪？有鹽嘅。之後我哋再去揾嗰個屍體，因為個任務睇下先，橄欖飛係先，檢查呢個後院掛上樹嘅屍體。
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
我有呢
Emitting
個，
it is all it does now.
我有鹽，我有鹽。
The ammonia only makes it worse.
Like
The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
呢個阿莫尼亞根本冇。
Nor does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
我都做咗一世警察啦，點會忍住咧？
I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday he's
Throw
Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy, throw up, bag it. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight
你
enough.
按落去仲好。
I think I've lost my sense of smell. Not being hungover helps too.
可唔可以做啲第啲啊？我想學第他。
That's probably a good idea. Clear our heads. But before we can do that, you need to get your shit together.
好啦。
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to
訓
do
練
while the
體
wind
積
changes.
壓縮
It's pretty
壓
bad
縮
right now.
機咩？呢一個
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
一個思維。
Give it half an hour. Get
Sorry,
yourself
get-
together.
Yeah,
Then
get
come back
sunrise.
and have another go.
並完成思維訓練體積壓縮機。做咗先。但係呢個都研究緊喎，呢個都。攞走晒佢先，尾片資料道具入去呢度似有塊板，
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
呢個
It's
咩？
nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
我二啊，
Because it's nice and
18 年
orderly.
代
Well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes. No. There's more to this. You get this strange
有
feeling.
啲奇怪嘅感覺，咩感覺？
Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
好難講，但係佢俾
An
我入去喎，
inconspicuous.
佢俾我入去喎，好難知道點樣入去。
This trash container is locked. There's something in there. Not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
點解望住睇你垃圾箱？
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
影到你覺得裏面有啲咩？
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
我覺得我感覺入面有啲嘢。
What do you mean, feel?
呢個超感官知覺入面有啲一定意義非凡嘅嘢。
I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division here.
要笑這部門係咩嚟？
All the detectives from all the precincts who experience extrasensory perception go to the remote viewers division. Their work is invaluable to the force.
哇！咁我哋係咪可以請佢哋過嚟咧？
No, because they don't exist.
哦，我特別失望，仲以為係有呢個部
There
門添。
isn't. But we should still access this container.
我哋點樣將我哋點先可以打開
We
呢
could
個
try using a pry bar. The
鐵棍。
one you took from my motor
係喎，
carriage.
係喎。
Or
或者點啊？
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
係喎，我哋有嗰個咩叫開嘢嘅嘢。
No matter how strong you
That
think you are, this is really not something you should be attempting to do with your bare hands.
我哋冇強身健係呢個技能嘅喎，身手又算好好嗰啲。身手個都要學緊，係即係試。
Kuno care?
咦，有新嘅選項喎，昆我真係嘔到冇辦法癲下呢啲。
Yeah, like a fucking volcano. Yeah. Fucking pathetic.
You're lucky you didn't die there.
或者俾我啲建議，我意思係咯，你哋睇上去都幾淡定。
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you. What are you? Like 80, right? Maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a fucking kid.
呢個有啲難度，要等昆落讓無線，你哋兩個去死啦！
Oh, what? You'll fucking vomit on Kuno too, pig? Yeah, like
You're lucky you didn't
係
die.
算啦，
wish Kuno could. That shit was vile. Kuno doesn't.
呢度係咪要咩咧？
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
喂，走開啦！咪
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Stay away.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your
Oh,
crime
God.
scene,
Oh, God.
bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
喂，好似正常人咁交下。
Trying to fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me. Trying to fuck. Kuno only gets higher. It's faster, faster, faster. Can't take the Kuno. Stay out of the reactor.
Kuno gonna fuck you up. Up.
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Kuno doesn't.
Walked here.
要試下呢個咧，低嘅主旋，主旋律。
There are several footprints in the mud. Left. What do you think you are? A super detective?
bite.
You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Time?
呢度有冇入過去？
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime,
Sunset.
Romance, and biographies of famous people.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
書嚟俾
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
明信片係咩
A
嚟？
postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
出遊係咩嚟？
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
有意思。
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
我係問你啲問題。
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
你叫咩名？
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
咁凍嘅天氣，你企出邊係因為
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not
銷
know. They'd
即係
miss out on the
銷
crime,
售啦
romance,
嘛
and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
你好凍，我可以幫到你㗎。
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
或者我應該同啲店主傾偈。
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
唔通你唔應該去上學
I
嘅？
do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
去上學 悟空唔比呢個更加重要咩？
Mom says it's necessary to do both because it builds character.
兩者
Mom
都要
says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. Mom says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
被詛咒。
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
被詛咒點樣詛咒？
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
破產。
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
睇個詛咒唔係真。
They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses.
呢個係好商品買賣嘅啫，大多數嚟講行唔通。
Of course, sir.
犯罪係咩一回事？
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
咁點解有人想要閱讀犯罪故事？
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
順便講埋一句，我本人就係警察。
You don't look much like a policeman.
咁警察睇下嚟點樣？
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
我以前叫一定二咯。
She looks at Dick Mullen, frowning. Dark, arrogant, violent, likely overcompensating for something.
或者喺佢成人上，你發育不良先會沒落影佢。
She examines the cover, trying to gauge the inner workings of the detective.
Of course not, sir.
加
He's just
5
a
個經
fictional
驗值。
character. He'll be no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
或者7係可以挑戰嘅喎呢個，試下先挑戰到
The
成
girl
功喎
keeps
成
her
功喎。
hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going.
唔使擔心，我係幫手嘅，可以。
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. A facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
冇事嘅，我係警察嚟㗎，唔會
She
拉
brings
啲
out
無辜
her
人。
reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
你咬緊指甲，
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
係嘅。
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex.
仲唔敢咩？我睇唔出點解你咬指甲。
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
你緊張係你，因為你媽咪。
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
唔理點講，城裏嘅頭號警察上司做一次精良嘅。
It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
你覺得咁樣咩？你個
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching.
你等陣先，你哋知道我平時唔係咁樣啫。
Because you usually aren't.
而且我好
I
開心，
sure hope you are, sir.
即將突破呢個壓縮機喎。
There she stands,
加5個經驗值。
swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
浪漫係咩
It's the
嚟？
type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
有夠 講紅小智同富家女一齊。
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process, or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
哦，我明。
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
如果兩個男人都好衰咧，
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
又真係寫得好好。
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
咁所有人都好窮嘅時候，
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
有時候你必須寫啲現實生活中嘅事。
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. These are not very common. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
係咩？你覺得佢有痛苦節嘅分手故事咩？
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No, I don't know.
佢話唔知。
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flower. The girl is at a loss for
個
words.
細路女知講咩好。
She shifts and sways on her feet, looking confused and uncomfortable. Stop. There's no need for this. It's in your power to change the subject.
二啊。浪漫
Maybe
小
some about
説。
other books?
好啦，轉頭見啦，冇咩嘢問。
Volumetric ship
呢個
compressor.
糞便體積壓縮機。呢個咩
Bizarre
思維嚟？
scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
接受。咦？有冇更新咗嗰個檢查受害人嘅屍體？完成咗糞便嗰個壓縮機嗰個思維。咦？可以入邊喎？呢一度，咪調查咗先。
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
店主你呢度有啲咩桌遊㗎？
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Braubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play
全
with
家
your
人一齊
children.
玩嘅喎，呢個可以。
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
我有朋友啊。
Are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
冇嚇我，你覺得我邊個願意同我生仔？
Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family.
係咪主角有啲
For
機
playing
嘅？
with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other
12
civilizations.
蚊要買
It'll cost
嗰個
12
中
real.
國中主角喎。咁一隊威蘭嘢咩嚟？
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them though.
導彈一嗰堆同威納爾有關嘅商
An
品。
endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
有啲咩特別吸引我眼目光嘅
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
25類22，我哋冇咁
Nonsense
多。
for anemic Beano clods.
係我哋冇咁多，好似冇咁多錢買呢啲商品。
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
電子同我講下呢個肌肉男嘅書。
Oh, Man from Hyundai. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
我哋每次活動都有一段
Blood and violence,
一大堆對話
scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
聽人錯咁，我應該由邊度開始？
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundalaman, The Man from Hyundal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
黑姆達爾曼傳奇要9蚊，瀏覽層
Rows and rows of Hyundalamen blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyundal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyundal, Return to Hyundal. And the solipsistic Man from Hyundal and the Hyundal Man.
咁多嘅
Maybe 100.
咁多
Man from
咁
Hyundal
多
and the
咁多
sages
本
at the
書
end of the， world.
全部都係嚟自
Man from
黑姆
Hyundal
達爾
and the false
嘅
god.
的男人。
Man from Hyundal and the scorched earth. Man from Hyundal,
好多
the
好多
Hyundal
好多
colonies.
好多。
Man from Hyundal and the swamp beast. Man from
爆啦
Hyundal
爆發啦
and the
爆發啦
snow crabs.
我諗咧，如果玩呢隻 game 咧，即係好多
Those
好多
snow
嘢
crabs are worse than they
好多嘢
sound.
講。
Not even close. Man from Hyundal in hell. Man from Hyundal and the forest of slaves.
中等。
Man from Hyundal under the
呼
lake.
喚緊我。
Man from Hyundal. Hyundal burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Hyundalaman, and so much more.
盡文書如同化掉嘅糖果。就體育雜誌隱藏喺個黑暗嘅角落入邊。呢本書收錄咗艾爾達嘅民族嗜好，全部都係同紅德文紅典龜。呢個書架咧，
These shelves are overburdened
呢
with
個係
books from the
犯
same
罪小說
series.
嘅書
You
架。
see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
瀏覽陳列嘅書。
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf? You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's Funeral Pyre. The Murder of Dick Mullen. Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. Come on, this is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here...
Gosh, why?
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
唔係好想搏。上邊呢一本係法西斯魔法大全，即係計探術。一本精巧嘅小圖畫手冊，顏色好鮮豔。哦，仲有咁多嘢要活動。
The plaque on the shelf reads biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
仲有冇呢一度呢？呢一個係咩？
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
一個係伊蘇立迪地圖、瑞亞肖地圖、馬丁內斯地圖。呢嘢買地圖嘅呢個。
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
咁多書架嘅，咁多書係要讀。第一部無聊嘅書就係咁喺度。咁我哋下一集再繼續睇咯，啲書。